Dear viewers, today we are going to learn about behaviorism and its educational implications. Dear viewers, please watch the entire video. The video will be followed by MCQs based on the presentation. Let us first try to understand. What is behaviorism? Behaviorism is a school of thought in psychology that emphasizes the study of observable behavior and rejects introspective methods of studying the mind. It posits that behavior is a response to environmental stimuli and can be measured and modified through controlled methods. Behaviorism emerged in the early 20th century, led by key figures such as John B. Watson, Ivan Pavlov, B.F. Skinner, and Edward Thorndike. This approach became influential in both psychology and education due to its emphasis on measurable outcomes and its practical applicability in shaping behavior. Core concept of behaviorism. Behaviorism is grounded in the belief that all behaviors are acquired through conditioning. The theory asserts that 1. Behavior is learned, it is a product of interactions with the environment. 2. Learning is measurable, observable behaviors provide evidence of learning. 3. Internal mental states are secondary, cognitive and emotional processes are less important than external behaviors in understanding learning. 4. Environment shapes behavior, external stimuli and reinforcements drive changes in behavior. Key features of behaviorism. 1. Focus on observable behavior. Behaviorists study actions that can be observed and recorded objectively, ignoring unobservable mental processes. 2. Emphasis on the environment. The environment is seen as the primary determinant of behavior. 3. Conditioning as the basis of learning. Classical conditioning. Learning occurs through association. Example, Pavlov's experiments with dogs. Operant conditioning. Behavior is shaped by consequences, such as rewards or punishments. Skinner's experiments. 4. Reinforcement. Positive reinforcement strengthens desired behaviors, while negative reinforcement removes undesirable stimuli to promote behavior. 5. Behavior modification. By manipulating environmental factors, behaviors can be shaped, maintained, or extinguished. Major contributors to behaviorism. 1. John B. Watson advocated for the scientific study of observable behavior. Famous for the Little Albert experiment, which demonstrated classical conditioning in humans. 2. Ivan Pavlov, known for his research on classical conditioning, demonstrated how a neutral stimulus could elicit a conditioned response after being paired with an unconditioned stimulus. 3. B.F. Skinner developed the theory of operant conditioning. Introduced concepts such as reinforcement, punishment, and schedules of reinforcement. 4. Edward Thorndike proposed the law of effect, which states that behaviors followed by satisfying outcomes are more likely to recur, while those followed by unpleasant outcomes are less likely. Educational implications of behaviorism. The educational implications of behaviorism emphasize observable behaviors and how they are influenced by the environment. Behaviorism is rooted in principles such as reinforcement, punishment, conditioning, and the idea that learning is a result of stimuli and responses. Here are some educational implications of behaviorism. 1. Learning as behavior modification. Focus on observable behavior. Learning is defined as a change in behavior, so education should focus on measurable outcomes rather than abstract mental processes. Behavioral objectives. Teaching objectives are stated in clear, specific, and measurable terms to track progress effectively. 2. Use of reinforcement. Positive reinforcement, rewards, like praise, stickers, or certificates, are used to encourage desired behaviors. Negative reinforcement, removal of unpleasant stimuli to increase the likelihood of a desired behavior. Schedules of reinforcement, continuous or intermittent reinforcement strategies can be applied depending on the learning context. 3. Classroom management, behavioral rules and expectations. Clear and consistent rules help shape student behavior. Token economies, reward systems, where students earn tokens for good behavior that can be exchanged for privileges or items, can motivate learners. Punishment, although less emphasized, mild forms of punishment, example, loss of privileges, can discourage undesirable behaviors. 4. Role of practice and repetition. Drill and practice. Repetition is encouraged to strengthen responses and ensure mastery, particularly in skill-based subjects like mathematics or language learning. Programmed instruction. Tasks are broken into smaller, manageable steps, and learners receive immediate feedback to correct errors. 5. Shaping and successive approximations. Gradual learning. Complex behaviors are taught through shaping, where successive approximations of the desired behavior are reinforced. Scaffolding. Teachers guide students from simple to complex tasks by reinforcing intermediate steps. 6. Application of classical conditioning. Emotional responses. Associating positive emotions with learning experiences helps students develop favorable attitudes toward education. Classroom environment. Creating a welcoming and structured environment minimizes anxiety and maximizes engagement. 7. Mastery learning. Individualized pace. Behaviorist principles support mastery learning, where students progress at their own pace, achieving one level of competency before moving to the next. Feedback and correction. Immediate feedback ensures that learners do not practice errors, maintaining the quality of learning. Dear viewers, let us solve some important multiple choice questions from the presentation. 1. Who is considered the founder of behaviorism? A. Sigmund Freud. B. John B. Watson. C. Jean Piaget. D. B. F. Skinner. Answer: B. John B. Watson. 2. According to behaviorism, learning is defined as A. A change in neural connections. B. A change in observable behavior. C. A cognitive reconstruction. D. An emotional transformation. Answer: B. A change in observable behavior. 3. Which of the following is an example of positive reinforcement? A. Removing homework for good behavior. B. Scolding a student for being late. C. Giving a star to a student for completing their work. D. Ignoring misbehavior in class. Answer: C. Giving a star to a student for completing their work. 4. The concept of operant conditioning was introduced by A. Ivan Pavlov. B. B. F. Skinner. C. Albert Bandura. D. Edward Thorndike. Answer: B. B. F. Skinner. 5. Classical conditioning was first studied by A. John B. Watson. B. B. F. Skinner. C. Ivan Pavlov. D. Edward Tolman. Answer: C. Ivan Pavlov. 6. In classical conditioning, the stimulus that naturally evokes a response is called the A. Neutral stimulus. B. Conditioned stimulus. C. Unconditioned stimulus. D. Reinforcing stimulus. Answer: C. Unconditioned stimulus. 7. In operant conditioning, a punishment is used to A. Increase the frequency of a behavior. B. Decrease the frequency of a behavior. C. Maintain the frequency of a behavior. D. Reinforce desired behavior. Answer: B. Decrease the frequency of a behavior. 8. Which schedule of reinforcement delivers a reward after a set number of responses? A. Fixed interval. B. Fixed ratio. C. Variable ratio. D. Variable interval. Answer: B. Fixed ratio. 9. What is the primary focus of behaviorism in education? A. Exploring the unconscious mind. B. Enhancing emotional intelligence. C. Measuring observable and measurable outcomes. D. Developing critical thinking skills. Answer. C. Measuring observable and measurable outcomes. 10. The principle of successive approximations is also known as A. Shaping. B. Modeling. C. Conditioning. D. Scaffolding. Answer. A. Shaping. 11. A teacher removing a pop quiz as a reward for consistent homework completion is an example of A. Positive reinforcement. B. Negative reinforcement. C. Punishment. D. Extinction. Answer. B. Negative reinforcement. 12. Drill and practice exercises in education are derived from which principle of behaviorism? A. Reinforcement. B. Repetition. C. Punishment. D. Generalization. Answer. B. Repetition. 13. Which of the following is not a core concept of behaviorism? A. Reinforcement. B. Conditioning. C. Cognitive schemas. D. Observable behavior. Answer. C. Cognitive schemas. 14. Stimulus generalization occurs when A. A conditioned response is elicited by similar stimuli. B. A behavior stops occurring altogether. C. Only a specific stimulus evokes a response. D. A reward is given for all behaviors. Answer. A. A conditioned response is elicited by similar stimuli. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Education and Teacher Education.